Thank you very much, sir.
4, 3, 2. Good evening and welcome to the Lakeville Park Commission meeting, Thursday, June 27th at the Lakeville Police Station. Is there anyone other than Lake Cam recording the meeting tonight? Okay, great. Tonight we have Commissioner Melissa Turcott, Commissioner Scott Holmes, Park Clerk Peter Murdy, and myself, Michael Smith. We're going to go right into announcements, Peter.
So the only items I would mention, I already sent an email on this, but the South Coast Rebels have canceled their tournament at John Pond Park. Also just, I did get a phone call from someone who was commenting on the fact that they had noticed some people swimming at Loon Pond right outside the lodge, and wanted to know if that was permitted. I told them that the water was not tested and so swimming was not permitted, but they were just wondering why people were swimming there.
Swim at
They
their
can't
own,
read the signs.
swim at their own risk.
No,
so-
they can't
No,
read the
there's no
signs. It says
swimming
no
at all.
Well,
swim.
no, but I'm saying that
But-
if they do go through.
Anyway, just wanted to let you know
Yeah.
that there's people swim there, and I said,
Oh, yeah.
why? And I said, well, no one's there to enforce it 24 hours a
Right.
day, so. That's it.
That's it? Okay, item number 2, resignation letter from Commissioner Paula Houle. I'll read it. Dear Select Board, it is with deep regret that I tender my resignation as a Park Commissioner and a member of the Community Preservation Committee effective immediately. I'm grateful for having had the opportunity to serve on the Park Commission for over 4 years. I feel it's time to step aside and allow myself other opportunities. I wish you all continued success in the future of the town of Lakeville. Sincerely, Paula Houle. Well, Paula's going to be very much missed. She wore her heart on her sleeve. She really loved working for the parks. She was very passionate about it, and she will be sorely missed. Any other comments?
Ditto.
Okay. Number 3, meet with Hannah Clayton about Friends of the Library storyboard and possible vote to approve the project.
I'll be succinct. We're looking to put up story walk style frames on the fence around the playground at Ted Williams Camp. There are 16 frames. They're 18 by 24 inches. We'll attach them to the fence, and the book story will be changed probably quarterly.
So these frames, I'm sorry, I'm looking at them. So they're wood with plexiglass, or how does that work?
No, I don't think they're wood.
They're the ones attached to the fence.
They're,
the
see,
last
if you're looking at
furthest on
the,
right.
Oh, okay,
it's the,
Yeah, I
the
see it.
5th one.
okay. And when you talk story, what kind of stories, or what's,
Kids' books.
just kids' books? So
We'd
people see that
laminate-
and then,
Yeah, we'd laminate the pages of the book and then put them in the frames and just change them occasionally, probably seasonally.
Are they protected?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the list of all the governmental agencies that use them is,
I mean, like,
it's safe, nothing, it's,
no, we can write on it?
no, well, I
Well,
mean, they
it's-
could write on the,
It's plexiglass.
Well,
so I
that's what I'm
mean,
asking. Is it plexiglass over the top of it? So, I mean, you
Yes.
could
Yeah,
take
It's
the
sec-
plexiglass out and
it's
clean
sec-
it, because that's a problem we've had here,
yes.
just to let you know.
even on the kids' playground.
No, I believe it.
Yeah,
We're hoping for the best.
right. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I just wanted to let you know that is a problem.
and how many are we looking at?
16,
16, and that goes from one end all the way around the fence.
however far 16 will take us.
Yeah.
Right. Depends how far you space them, right? However
Yep.
you
Right.
want to.
And you said that you would change these every quarter or
Probably
so?
quarterly, yes.
Will you just give us a heads up on which stories before they go up?
Sure.
Thank you.
No porn, just,
Yeah, they kids put that up themselves.
Yeah, they do.
And is there anything that you need us to do to help as far as putting it up or?
if you all could help with installation, that would be awesome. Because we were gonna ask the guys at the Lions Club, but if the park department could assist.
Is this, how will this go up? Zip ties or?
No, they
No.
send all of, this is,
It's hardware.
this is expensive. this
Oh, okay,
setup.
so they send
They'll
everything.
send us, yeah, it costs a fortune to ship. It's heavy, you know, packed and everything, and they'll, I don't know if they'll drop it off there or I don't know where they'll drop it off. We haven't ordered it yet, but,
Okay.
Cause I know when we
It's-
got the signs for outside of the, tennis court, it was expensive to buy the brackets to bolt them on
Yeah.
so that they
Mm.
don't, aren't
Walk
taken
away.
off. Yeah,
Right.
walk away, exactly.
And what would the timeline be of them coming in? Guesstimate, just curious.
I have no idea.
Okay.
We haven't even pursued that, waiting for an okay that we could do it.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as you say, okay, we'll get the wheels in motion right away. I'd like to get them up before the end, up soon, at least before the end of the summer,
Right, so people can,
so the kids can see them.
Mr. Chair,
anyone want to make a motion?
I'd like to ask a question.
Sure.
With all your hard work, what do you think?
Oh, Maria, like, I've already been working with them
Oh,
for
okay,
it. I
yeah.
think any addition to the playground like that
That's-
would be,
That's all I wanted to hear.
is perfect.
Yes, great, fantastic.
We just wanted an official okey dokey
Yep.
before we,
I'll make a motion that we, accept the story walk style frames and your stories and, go at it.
good.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None.
On
You're
that
all
note,
set to go.
Thank you. I'm
And we
going
want to
home.
thank you very much. This is
Yep.
wonderful for the
I think it'll be
playground.
great.
Yeah.
So maybe we
That's
could
great.
just give you 4 stories at once and you can just say, okay, and then we can do it annually, maybe?
Yeah, if you order them at the same time,
Good.
Yes.
you
All
might
right.
save on shipping that
I was
way.
just gonna say save on shipping.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, we really appreciate it.
Good.
It's great, anything to make it better.
Anything to make Lakeville better.
Yep,
yeah.
And to help the library.
sure.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
We all
coming
get
and
home
doing
for the
this.
Yeah.
day.
Oh, yes, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, item 4, review and approve minutes of June 6th. So I went through it. I know I'm gonna miss some, but while I have it in front of me, Peter on page 2. On the top there where it says, Paula Hu asked about pumping the septic system. You see that? The Paul need handles the schedule. Doug said that the vent for the system needs to be cleaned as sand get in. So sand gets in? Okay. Right below that, motion by Paula Hu to approve the request. It should be to approve. Shouldn't be a D, is there?
Yep.
Next on page 3. Go down to C, Gamache Playground. Melissa also reported the Utica replaced the broken, it should be replaced, the broken missing bolts.
Are they still there?
One is gone. No. I called to make sure he actually put them all in. He's like, we put them all in. We put them all in with Loctite. It should not be coming back out.
Okay, that's all I could see. I'm sure others have others. Anybody else?
I do not.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of June 6th.
I second.
Oh, sorry.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Peter? Okay, next. End of fiscal year budget update. So Peter and I have been meeting with Todd this week separately, in regards to where we stand up till the 27th, is this correct? Yeah, June 27th. Looking at, where our expenses and revenue stands. before we go over each item that looks a little off, bottom line is for the expense budget, was revised 283. We've used 238, so we've used 85% of our expenses for a difference of 47,000. As far as revenues go, we budgeted for 210. We're at 227, which give or take $12,000. So we are 105% of budget. So we are over in budget. Now, obviously there's questions as we go through it. Anybody want to start in a certain spot? I'm actually going to page Park Enterprise expenses. I won't go through everything, just the stuff that sticks out. Heating fuels is the repair and maintenance, buildings and grounds, budgeted for 4,100, but we're at 8,100, so there's a delta of 4,000.
Yeah, but that's because of the $28,000
Things haven't been,
taken
Yeah,
out of there.
yeah, no, I'm just saying what's listed on here, that's all.
I know, but this has been an ongoing thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know why, like, we're not surprised.
Contracted service, groundskeeping did, we don't know anything about that. I didn't even check on that fertilizer bill, did we? Look at that.
Fertilizer bill was like $7,000. It was less than it we expected it to
Okay,
be.
all right.
Yeah, but this is
It's still low.
still low. We usually add
I
it
thought
or
it was like
max.
20 or something, but maybe that's just me.
Well, it's great, but I just,
No, it's, talking to him today, it felt comfortable. Everything looked normal on Loon Pond, Boston Tavern.
Did you say you talked to Frank today about the groundskeeping supplies?
No, I did not talk to him today. I was just questioning about it. Loon Pond, we're up to date on payments, are we still expecting?
Loon Pond
Go
is, if on the very first page, under Boston Tavern, April through June, this is completely up to date.
Okay,
So it's been just over 45,000 in total for the first 3 months of this new contract.
so they're paid for April, May, and June, so they're done with us for the fiscal year?
They are up to date for the fiscal year.
Okay,
So this page is just since the new contract started.
Correct.
Do you think we should change Boston Tavern to Loon Pond Lodge so there's no confusion?
I
Again,
think
if they
so.
sell.
I think that's a great idea. Let's see here, there was another question for me, so I think it was food supply service. Just give me a second, I did question it. So, supply park activities.
which one?
Right here, under Park Enterprises expenses, it says supplies park activities, we were budgeted for 500, but we spent 4,000.
Misallocation.
Well, that's- I
There
just wanna
again,
make- yeah.
Those are a lot of the expenses that we spent in July
That weren't journal,
that didn't go into the 28,000. They got buried in there rather than against the 28,000 that we had allocated. The shower, the rebuilding of the little shed there for the.
yes, that's exactly right.
There was other things we bought,
The surfboard.
I think the surfboard, all
rescue board.
those things, right.
Yeah,
There was an easy $4,500 that
right.
Yeah,
is being put into there rather than,
but at the end of the day, it's the same cookie jar, it's just not allocated
I
correctly.
understand this.
So I think for this year, right, because these went directly to Todd last year, right? And this year, on the reimbursement forms and all of the papers that will go through Peter, it has the account right at the bottom that Peter can decide with whoever needs to be what account it comes out of, so we don't have these errors going forward,
Yep,
correct?
That's correct, and also just to note, in a conversation with Todd today as well, we can, recategorize that still.
Hmm,
So what we can do is switch some of that back
So
over.
by the end of the year,
to-
it's
To where it
equals.
actually belongs.
okay.
So if that's
You have a
something you
detail?
wanna
We need a
do,
detail to look at.
I'm sorry, what?
We need a detail to look at.
Yeah.
The detail rather
Yeah, I
than the
could-
summary.
Right,
to put it,
but it's easy enough to
right,
do that.
Okay.
it would just be for the spreadsheet your spreadsheet, Scott, going forward, right?
Yeah,
Which is gonna be all screwed up because of Loon Pond Lodge
right, that's changed.
anyway, so.
yeah. Right, I mean, cause you look at the top expenses, we're under budget in two, and then we're over
Over
budget in the
budget.
next,
Oh, yeah,
you know, because of the way of the allocation of
Yep.
the reimbursement that comes in from them.
Right.
We gotta be careful with ARPA too, because, they were doing stuff till we caught it. Just the one thing on Park Enterprise personnel. You'll see employee benefits, group insurances. There's nothing for that in the current, but it just came in at $5,080, so that will be put in at the end.
can you say that again, please?
So if you go down the bottom, it says employee benefits, group insurance.
Yep,
It says budget amounts 5150.
yep,
I think that just came in at $5,00080, so we're good, but it hasn't been put in yet. They had to
Right,
wait.
Does that
Yeah,
at the
once
end.
at the end of the year.
yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, any other questions on the fiscal year budget update? No? Okay. Next topic, Clear Pond opening updates.
Oh, just on that budget, could I just add a few other things?
Sure.
Yeah.
That need to call your attention to. First of all, since I've put this together, Lakeville Mixed Martial Arts, paid for 2 months, so that's an additional $1,450, in income. So there's that. Also, just to let you know, we are, in arrears, or at least the, Northeast Beach Volleyball has still not paid their, $1,500.
Have they been playing?
Yes.
Yeah,
I haven't been over there to
So-
check, but if their season has begun.
Yep.
And the other thing too, and I sent an email on this today, and, maybe Scott, you could check on this, unless I've missed something in the, a ladies blooper ball also has not, paid.
correct. I left the check on the counter.
Oh, there you go. All right, so as far as Northeast Volleyball, I reached out to them in the co-ed last week. I got response from co-ed, as you can, I don't know if you noticed, but the sand was delivered today. And I said, you either deliver the sand or get the 288, so the sand was delivered today. The sand guy I was talking to doesn't think it's enough, but I'll go over and talk to him. Tomorrow night, Northeast Volleyball is playing on Friday. I will talk to them. I did send them a note saying that we need this money by the end of our fiscal year, which is Saturday, June 30th,
They
is
may
that
not
right?
be there tomorrow.
Well, yeah, well,
They
they'll
use
be,
Friday as a rain date.
oh,
On their schedule, they have 3 days. But Friday is, I believe, usually used as a rain date.
Is it?
okay. Well, if they're there after this, I'll go over and talk to them, but,
Today's Thursday, right?
yeah.
Didn't you say Friday?
Yeah, tomorrow. He was saying tomorrow he was gonna go over.
Yeah, because I saw 3 dates on it, so I didn't know that one. So if they're still playing, I'll go over there, but we're not going, we can't allow them to play. Everybody else is paid, and I have no idea. They've generally been very good, but it's up to 2 months now, right? They started playing May.
I forget when they started. It was
Right.
in May, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So we have to figure that out, but we can't allow them to play anymore, so I will talk to them. Any other suggestions about this?
I'm totally surprised. Never had a
Because
problem.
they're usually early, they're
Mm.
usually on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Peter's called, I've talked to
Yeah, he's gone dark. I don't know where he is.
Is it a new person running it? No?
Still the same fellow. I don't know what's going on.
Who paid the electric? Somebody run electric for the lights.
That was the volleyball, covered volleyball.
COVID volleyball?
$96 or
Yes,
something.
okay. I want to make sure about that.
And the other item regarding, just under budget is, information is, as you know, the 30th of this month is the end of the fiscal year. If you're aware of any invoices or, please let me know. Last year, we only had one item that had to go, on the warrant. The goal is.
You had not to have any on the warrant.
Well, we should check with Dougie because that's what that one was.
Well, he just sent.
I have it right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So hopefully we're covered.
And the septic people came in for their work, for pumping and everything, and so we got that. Okay, I'm sorry, Melissa, Clear Pond.
So Doug emailed this today. Lakeville passes, there were 29 at the gate sold, 15 sold online. Middleborough passes, there were 3 sold at the gate and 6 online, and 0 for Freetown either way.
Question, and I'm not necessarily pointing this at you, I'm just asking a general question. Have we done anything to let the people from Freetown know?
We talked,
I posted online on their Freetown
Okay.
Helping
Oh, great.
Freetown
Oh, fantastic.
Baseball
Yep.
Facebook page. They were less than thrilled. So, but they
So what's all
definitely
the
discussed it. So
big hubbub of letting Freetown?
what are people saying?
they're saying that $200 is too much money, yada, yada, yada.
Okay, well,
But I
sorry.
mean, that's $23 a week. So, I mean, people came in, I was there Saturday morning, which is the first day that we opened, and people came in, families, and they paid $26 at the gate. So if you came once a week, it would be cheaper just to,
Yep.
So do we know if some of the gate people have been Freetown or Middleborough?
no, Freetown, Middleborough can only buy season passes.
Okay,
Only Lakeville residents can come.
okay.
And I always thought, like, they made it up that people tried to get in, but there were more people that we had to turn away on Saturday from like New Bedford and other places than we actually
Let
had.
in.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's where the problems were.
Yeah. Okay, so what they've done so far is the playground has been taken out of the water, which was, I didn't think it was ever coming out, so that's amazing. The plastic went to recycling today. The raft is actually in and set up, and it's early because it's usually a couple weeks out. Michelle's greenhouse in Middleborough donated the flowers again for the Roy Calleri fountain. Rich Standish rototilled the beach, and it looked amazing. It's all packed up now, but when he did it, looked amazing. Michael met with Doug, Lorraine, and Bob yesterday morning and went over some improvements that needed to be done at Clear Pond Park. Our refrigerator, when we set up on Thursday, died. So,
the donated one?
yeah, the compressor blew. So CR Enterprises in Freetown came out and they took that one away and put in a brand new one. So fingers crossed it makes it through the winter. Safeway Pest Management came and sprayed. Not only did he spray for mosquitoes, he blew the leaves out of the driveway
Amazing.
and in front of the entrance. So that was cool. Southeast Fence came right away and put in barriers, posts in front of the kiddie playground. 10 of them, 10 6-inch posts, steel posts. They put those in for free to ease everybody's mind that a car wasn't going to come through the fence onto the playground.
It looks great.
It does look great. Doug called 2 local tree companies today, and I'm sure Mike will tell us more about that. They have all the kids are working 5 days a week. The new gate system seems to be helping, and the kids are doing good. That's it. It's been a good start. It's only been open for 5 days and they've done a lot.
The gate
so-
pass, the guest passes have been great, haven't they? A lot of people are bringing guests. It's great.
And just to add to that, there are, at this point, there's 23 unclaimed season passes that have been bought online. You can add to that list.
Do we
In other
know if
words,
they're
they've been paid-
Freetown,
They've been paid
Middleborough?
through the system. We know that people have paid for them, but they haven't gone to Doug to get them yet.
Do we know where they're from?
There are 16 from Lakeville and 7 non-resident. I think, I can't tell you how many are Middleborough.
That's fine, yeah,
That's
cool.
cool.
That's great.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a suggestion that the board can decide what they wanna do, but I think we need to send all these people a thank you, an official thank you from the board. I mean, I know Doug thanks them and they put up a little
Sign.
name tag down there, which is
Yeah.
fantastic, but, you know, I think an official thank you
Yeah,
from the board would be nice.
100%.
because I know all these people, Michelle's Greenhouse, Mike Standish, Rich Standish, sorry, and
John Malady.
John
John
Leedy
Leedy.
does everything for us, right? And
Yep.
Safeway Pest Management, they are there every year
Right.
doing this stuff. So
Right.
it's not a one
Right.
and done.
Yep.
I think it would be, you know, for the cost of a stamp, I think it would be a great PR thing for us to
Sure.
send them all a big thank you.
Yep.
So I'll put them together. Mike can sign them. and,
Yeah.
Looks
That'd be great.
So, when Bob and came down, Doug took him for a tour, then, Lorraine popped in, so I don't think they've ever seen it for a few years, so I think they understand the need to get that redone. You know, to make it more friendly, make it safer, understand the parking lot, playgrounds, pickleball, and, Lorraine and Bob were thinking about making it an 8-month place, 10-month, that's down the road. By the restrooms or by the bathhouses, brush all the way across, that takes away from the view of the pond. So, they thought it'd be a great idea to clear that, which I think it's a great idea, because you can see the pond. So, Mr. Barry has reached out to 2 people who are very willing to do that for us. And, I think there's some other work that Doug's gonna talk to, Melissa about, that maybe they can get done if they're willing to do it for us. So that's where it stands now. He's gonna do a site visit with them, so, obviously, Melissa, you'll be there. So that's great. I'm so happy that people are willing to help us with Clear Pond.
Now, the trees that you want cleared and brush, how far away from the water is that?
There's no trees, it's just brush.
It's right between the building and the water.
Right, so do we need to, if it's less than 75 feet, do we need to call Conservation Commission?
Not from what I understand, but
They were never there before, they've just grown in.
to me, it's no different than weed whacking the trails. That's all, brush cutting the
maybe.
trails,
Okay.
so. Okay, discuss and possible vote to donate a Clear Pond parking season pass. Melissa, you wanna read that, or what this is about,
I can.
please?
Somebody sent us this in behalf of another family to reach out with the request. A Lakeville resident lost their mom and the wife, so they were wondering if we could donate a season pass to Clear Pond for the family because they took swimming lessons there and they've held the season pass for the last few years, and this would help them out. They wouldn't be an expense.
So wanna make a motion?
I'm gonna get into details, but
Right, no, that's not.
Mm.
and what do we do in the past? Because last year I don't believe that we donated anything. And I know we said we were open to it in the past, but
Don't we do it by case basis?
Yeah, I don't think anybody approached, that I can remember in the last 10 years, that has anybody approached us for any type of hardship.
mhm.
I mean, but, you know, we're always open to the fact of
There are people who can't afford to do it.
discussing generically, a hardship. I mean, we all have the paper in front of us, so I mean, we don't have to go into any details, but, you know, I think it's a case-by-case basis,
But we're here to help,
you know.
if we can.
I don't think it hurts anything to give it to them, and if it helps them a little bit, get back on their feet.
100%.
And I make a motion to donate a season pass to this family for the 2024 season at Clear
Second.
Pond.
Any discussion?
Who seconded?
Scott? All in favor?
Aye.
Right,
Aye. Motion passes. Next, item 8, discuss and possible vote for Melissa Turcott to sign payroll for Clear Pond Park. I know the chair has done it in the past, but,
it's
they-
not always been the chair.
well, I'm just saying, when I went there, it said chair to sign for the payroll.
Okay, but it's,
No, that's fine.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
it's never been specifically the chair. It's usually been the liaison and
Right.
one other person in case she's out of town. We always had two.
Right, so I think
Rebecca.
last year we switched it to only one person had to sign the reimbursements and the payroll. Maybe not
I
the,
think we still need three for the reimbursement. I mean, it's like a bill.
I don't know. We've never done 3 for
I
reimbursement.
don't
Sure we
think so,
have.
I think the chair just
Not
signed
last
it.
year. We didn't do that last year. He,
Right, and I would go
He would
get
get
them.
it- go
I would-
get it.
I would get them from town hall
But-
and bring them to the meeting.
but my point is that, and maybe I'm thinking wrong, but the liaison is in charge of the budget, expenses, all of that. So, I mean, if we give that person
I
to do
profoundly
that.
disagree. It's still a bill that's to be paid by this board, and it needs 3 signatures.
To other reimbursements?
They always do.
Or just the
They
bills?
go through as a paid bill.
Scott, I don't think they have. I could check the form that the town has used just has a.
One
for
One
line.
person,
Just has
yeah.
one-
So don't our bills only have one line? The stamp only has one line.
That's true, we
Yes,
just
but it
squished
just,
our,
it's.
But it says
it's
park
specific.
commissioners.
It says the name, print the name, the signature, and the date.
That means it's supposed to be okayed. That reimbursement form is supposed to be okayed by the chairman, but it's still supposed to be signed by 3 commissioners.
So why haven't they thrown it back at us?
I don't know.
yeah, because last year Doug would drop them off at town hall.
Right, and I
And
would
I
go
would
get
just-
them.
No, last year I went down and just signed them.
Oh.
Prior to that, you might
Yeah.
have brought them in, but,
And I kept telling them to give them to me because they're supposed to go through the board,
right.
not directly to town hall.
So I guess whatever
What
you
do
wanna
we
do,
wanna do?
if you wanna bring them in and sign them, or if you just want
Well,
us to sign them.
so what you're saying is that Doug gives them to Melissa, Melissa looks at them to approve it, and then we have to all sign it.
Just like paying any other bill that we have. That's the way it always was. Things changed, but they were never okayed by this board to change. And I don't believe that, shame on town hall for letting them go through because they shouldn't have.
But the payroll's different.
Payroll's different. Doug prepares the payroll, oversees the payroll, and then it's signed by a commissioner. That's the way it's always been.
Well, we're here for the purpose to have Melissa to sign payroll for Clear Pond Park, which is fine.
Yep.
So do we need a vote on that?
I make a motion to allow Melissa to be our board representative and sign the payroll.
I second. Any discussion? None being? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that's passed. So I think this is going to be another item for our next meeting, to talk about reimbursements.
Do you also want to think about having a second person as a backup in case she's not
Yes.
here? That's all and
Yes.
that's the
Which-
only reason,
Yes.
you know, I mean,
Do we want a second or any Parks Commissioner who could be around? What if the other second one's gone?
I think maybe it reverts back to chair and vice chair. if the liaison isn't available, then it goes chair. and
Okay,
vice chair.
so we just have to let him know.
Well, do we need to motion that?
Well, we can't do it today, so.
Can't do it today.
No. But the way it stands now, we are where we are.
So do we just sign Doug's reimbursements tonight? Or do you need to go put the stamp on it?
I need to see them and
Stamp
log
it.
them in and stamp them. And then
Make sure that the
we still
appropriate
have,
accounts.
we still have a few days to get it in, so.
Yeah, till, Friday. Well, plus they have to do it, right? So Thursday.
I have a memo.
But I think it's
we have-
important.
I think we have till early next week.
I think it's important that Melissa signs them first, because Doug
Well,
really
you
has
should
to
give them
go
to her.
through her.
You should
So-
give them to her.
Yes, Melissa says they're okay, and then we just need our signatures, that's all. That's what I think the way it should go.
That was the way it was designed to go.
Well,
Well, checks and balances, right? So it makes sense.
That's all.
It's just delaying him getting the reimbursement.
Not really, because in the past, he was taking them right to town hall, and
Yeah.
I was taking them back from town hall.
Right, so it's
So,
extra days.
and I tried to explain that to him, that, call me, I'll come get it.
okay, so are we just going to let Melissa sign them, go through, and then when we make the next meeting, we'll make it official? Or do we just,
Well, we've voted to allow Melissa to do it, we can't do anymore, it's not on the
Right.
agenda,
so
For
we'll wait till the
payroll.
next, for payroll,
for payroll.
but what about his
Reimbursements.
reimbursements?
I think it needs 3 signatures, but if you say it doesn't, it doesn't.
I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm saying is that something we can discuss and vote on now, it's not on the agenda.
You can't vote on it now.
Right,
So keep it the way it was for this week until the next meeting when we
we'll
vote
put it on
on
the
it.
next meeting, good. In the meantime, you, okay. All right, next. Discuss and possible vote on instructions and appointments for a committee to oversee the engineering plan for John Pond Park. Melissa, what do we got?
Well, I've reached out to the president of the softball, and I'm just waiting for him to pick a couple dates so we can walk through. But I know we had a list somewhere.
Yeah, we did, I remember we did a list.
Yeah, so we must have turned it in when we did the CPC thing, so everything except
probably.
the bathroom. So we're just gonna need the select board to go over what bathroom status is, what the water status is, what the septic status is, what they would like.
All right, so the purpose of this board is to figure out the things that they would like to have there.
Or board.
The board,
The-
this committee.
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 Oh, it's a committee,
Thank you.
is
Thank
to
you.
say, I think we should do this,
We
this,
need
this,
this,
and
we need
this.
that, we need this,
And
yes.
then go to, once that's okay, go to an engineer and say, this is what we want.
Well, once that's done, then you have to do an RFP, then they have.
No,
to
no,
get
that's
on
what
it.
I'm saying though, yeah.
Yeah. And the select board seems to be throwing us surprises, little bits here and there. So I don't think we can do this without having a representative from them. So
Well-
that we're not,
Listen, I'm with you 100%, but I don't understand why. Well, I guess anything through the CPC, they approve anyway. Any money's going out. I've seen that at other meetings. So because it's a CPC, they're the ones at the end who are gonna say,
They've-
someone's,
the CPC's already given us the okay. They've already
Right.
given us the $25,000, so they don't need to see
and,
exactly
okay.
what we're putting in it. They need to update every couple weeks when they have meetings. They need to know where we're going, and I'm like, just keep it status quo, because we're not making a lot of progress.
Was there gonna be any town employees on this? I'm just
I don't know.
asking what your thoughts are.
I don't know. I think, well, we'll have to run it by Frank, right? Because he oversees all that. So we'll definitely, I don't know if he'll want to be on the committee, but I'll obviously have to be run by him.
All right, so what are we voting on tonight?
Who to invite? Like, I suggested a select board, you said no select board. Paula said Board of Health, Conservation Commission, and we said no Conservation Commission. Those will go when the engineer gets the plans. He takes care of the Conservation Commission. We need to vote on the people that need to be involved in this.
Okay, so obviously that's the people who have their leagues down there.
Mm-hmm.
That would include blooper ball, that would include,
Softball.
both softballs, one softball?
One softball,
One
two blooper
softball, 2
ball.
blue balls.
2 blooper balls.
I think they should at least be invited to be on it.
Yeah,
and whether
absolutely.
they choose
If they choose not to come,
then there's nothing we can do there,
Then
but
they keep their mouth shut when things happen.
you know, that's not how it works.
Well, but,
sure, yeah.
you know, if you don't wanna come to voice your opinion, then
Technically, I think someone from the conservation committee should be on there, because there's a lot of crap down there that you're gonna have to deal with conservation. Just to be honest with you, we were talking about that today. Nate was saying, so I don't know, that's,
I don't care who we
Yeah.
invite, but, you know, you can't have it 50 people, otherwise you're never gonna have.
no, I don't know who else you would invite after that. But I think someone from the conservation
well,
committee
you're
and,
just gonna have it's gonna be a meeting, and you're gonna have a committee, and you're gonna take everybody's input and
Figure
make
it
a
out.
list and go with it. If they don't show up, they don't show up.
Right. Yeah.
It's
so-
not a binding vote by any means, so you don't need a
No.
quorum or anything.
right?
No.
You know,
And
you
then-
invite them to the meeting. If they don't come,
Right, and Paul or Nate should probably be somehow involved, because I don't even know what we wanna do, like, what do we wanna do? Put up a storage use, cause there's no point in putting up a bathhouse.
true, very true.
I mean, there's so much to get done down there.
I'm sure.
Just to get
I'm
water
sure
down there is gonna be-
softball and the
Oh, I'm
pool balls
sure.
would love to have some type of a storage. You know, maybe they can work with us.
It's a big project.
That's a huge project.
Yep.
'Cause there's so much involved.
If it's just storage with the potential to add on for bathrooms, you know, I mean, I'm just,
Later in the future.
you know, we would want to position it as such, you
Right.
know?
Well, the most important thing there is water, which right now there's no,
Right,
Nothing
but
on the
if you,
horizon.
if you're
Nothing
just
on
putting
the
up some type
horizon.
of a storage, because there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
storage down there now. And if we put up some type of a storage unit with four stalls, one for each of them and one for us. You know,
but,
so that the guys mowing the lawn can leave things there, and
yeah,
I'm just,
but isn't the idea of this committee to do the long range, like the parking lot, the handicap,
All of it.
all of that? So that's what they all need
that's
to
that's
figure
just
out.
part of it. I mean, I'm just saying that's
No,
one thing.
but you wouldn't approve all that and then just put up one thing at a time, would we?
Well, it's a possible, because if you
Depending on the
don't get
money.
the money in
Right.
one lump sum, you're gonna have to break it up and prioritize what you're gonna do
Correct.
first.
There's
Same
gonna
as
be-
Clear Pond, once that engineering is done, unless you get
Piecemeal.
$500,000, it's gonna be little bits here and there.
There's grant writing too, right?
There is, do you know how to do that?
Okay.
It's not easy.
Talk to the fire chief. He does a great job writing grants. He
They
gets
have a-
everything he gets.
They have one of their lieutenants is a grant writer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let's get an intern.
Well, if you can find an intern that writes grants, you go right
Go for
ahead.
it. Okay. All right, so someone gonna make a motion?
I'll make a motion to invite the Conservation Commission, all the leagues, Paul, Nate, and Frank, and a select board member to join us on the committee to do the engineering plan for John Pond Park.
Do I hear a second?
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Peter? It's passed. Okay. Review and possible voting request for tournament from co-ed volleyball for July 20th and August 17th.
Are there any conflicts, Peter?
I'm checking that right now.
They're usually pretty good at checking it. Because we only have them in the other league, right? Nobody else reserves our
Horseshoes.
volleyball court?
Well, no, it's not so much that, it's. I mean, Parking, if horseshoes, if we've already given horseshoes, okay, is there a wedding that day, you know? Just curious, is if there's anything else going on.
But there's a big issue here.
Is that a Saturday?
No, we don't know how many people.
Well, it doesn't say how many people.
There's nothing.
No, the tournament, I noticed today when I was going through it, that the tournament, request doesn't have a estimate of people.
Which is huge.
But I mean, they don't know how many, but
Yeah,
they
they're
could
not gonna
guess.
Well, Jet, can you give us a ballpark?
Like
Let's
if
see,
it's
well, we had
50
100
or
last year.
200, yeah.
You know, we expect the same,
And that's all day, huh? 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
because that will depend on, you know, if there's anything else going on down there. You know, if it's gonna be 25 people, then it really doesn't matter.
No,
But if it's gonna be 150 and there's a wedding going on and this one's doing that and,
right,
I mean, because, you know, soccer and baseball and those will be done. They won't be playing on Saturday, July 20th or August 17th. So you won't have that
Well,
conflict.
there's weddings both of those days on the July 20th, there's one at 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the afternoon. And on the August 17th, there's one at 10 a.m. in the morning.
I don't think it's gonna bother them volleyball unless it's, as Scott says,
Unless it's a big wedding, do we
Big.
know how, there was a
no, or a
saying.
big volleyball tournament. If it's only
Right.
20 people, it's not going, because soccer's not gonna be playing, so we're gonna have all that parking space.
Does Horseshoes have anything going those days?
Horseshoes? I'll have to double check.
We're just trying to prevent a parking issue.
but if you said soccer's not playing, you can just, any overflow from that parking lot has to go to the soccer parking lot.
Horseshoes has their state singles horseshoe tournament on the 17th of August.
You know what?
I guess we need to know, we need
I'll
to-
reach out to find out how many people.
I mean, I don't have a problem with them playing. I'm just, you know, trying to avoid a potential problem.
No, I agree.
Because if you
So,
got a wedding and a horseshoe tournament and now a volleyball tournament, if it's 25 or 50 people, not a problem. But if it's 150, 200 people, it's gonna be a problem.
so do we,
Make a motion
Motion.
that if the horseshoe tournament, not horseshoe tournament, make a motion that the volleyball tournament is less than 50 people, they're all set to go.
yeah,
If not, we have to,
no, it's just for the
Come up with a
17th
plan.
though.
We'd have to ask them for.
Because the
alternate
20th is
date.
clear, right?
July 20th
the
is clear.
20th had a
Right.
wedding, but yeah.
So this is only for the 17th because of the,
Right, and we should just ask them to park over in the tire parking lot.
and are we doing the same thing for the 20th? We're not doing the same thing for the 20th as far as putting a cap on it, right? 50
If
people. I
Horseshoes is
mean,
not having a tournament, it shouldn't be a problem.
right.
And then just overflow in the paved parking lot or in the soccer parking lot.
Yep. Someone want to make a motion?
I would ask them to park in the paved parking lot anyhow, just
Anyway.
keep them away from the lodge as much as you can.
Would
Paved
someone make a
parking lot
motion?
with the overflow in the soccer.
Yeah, that's what I would ask.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the August 17th volleyball tournament request, providing that there is less than 50 people.
Less than 50.
And we ask them to park in the maintenance parking lot and then soccer,
Mhm.
or do them one at a time.
Sure.
Yeah. Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion for the July 20th, anybody?
I make a motion to accept the adult co-ed volleyball tournament for July 20th, providing they park in the maintenance parking lot with the overflow parking in soccer.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye. Peter, we'll talk about this.
Just trying to separate them from the lodge, you know?
I agree. Okay, possible for volleyball, review and possible vote on Freetown Lakeville Soccer Club request for 3 youth soccer camps.
What are the dates?
August 17th and, no.
I knew that was coming.
The dates are July
During the week.
29th to 8/2, the 22nd to the 25th of July, and August 12th to 14th. They're pretty close together. It's like bang, bang, bang.
But
So
we
they're during the week, is that what they are?
Usually,
Yeah, 8:30 to 3.
Yeah.
Should be no conflict then.
no.
We don't have any people, but.
It's
No, but
usually
it's-
hundreds.
It could be anywhere, right, depending on what, is it an older group, a younger group? You could have more or less.
I think it's if this goes through, 722 to 725, so the first one is 722.
Yeah,
I think it might be
Monday through Thursday.
it's a Monday through
Oh, that's
Thursday.
6 to 8. That's
That's
at night.
at night, yeah, that's the one that we found last year that started the whole tournament thing. And when I talked to the parents last year, they come from all over. The mom that I talked to, I think she was from Rochester.
So these are for camps.
Yep.
Are they charging these people?
Oh, they're charging these people.
Oh, yeah. They did last year, remember?
I think it starts at $165.
Can I just make a comment?
Yes.
Of course.
And that is that, obviously you caught this, Scott, and called attention to it, and I sent these to, Andrew. I said, we don't have a specific form for clinics, but I know that we agreed when we went over the rates for the tournaments that we would use the tournament
Yep.
form, so I sent that to them. I think it's, just as a comment, I think it's disappointing that at section 2 on each of these applications, description of tournament, it says describe the tournament in as much detail as possible, including athletic fields, courts to be used, number of people expected, fee charged, etc.
I was also extremely,
And there's nothing
Yeah.
there.
I was disappointed in their detail.
So I,
There's no detail.
I
No,
think.
because
if I-
we discussed this with them. Like, they sat here and we discussed their clinics with them.
If, for what it's worth, I'd recommend these just get sent back for more information. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, are we gonna get a $2 stipend for each player?
No, you should get a $10 stipend for each player. These aren't local league
Yokels,
players.
yeah, these are from all around.
I don't know however you want to handle it, but there's not much information there.
And you, their insurance, the other problem, the biggest problem last year was the insurance certificate was not to the town of Lakeville, it was to the Freetown Lakeville Soccer Club.
Yep, I remember that. We need more information
Oh,
on
do we
this.
have an insurance certificate?
You would have an insurance certificate
On
from the
file.
Freetown Lakeville Soccer Club, not for the, because they're subletting these fields.
Hmm.
Youth soccer. Oh, yeah, there's description. Youth soccer camp.
Yeah, so the first one is a Free Lake United clinic. They, their coaches, or an ex-coach and a current coach, run the camp. So I'm not sure what you want to do with that one. The second one is Resendes Soccer Academy, and the third one is the Revolution Academy.
Well, this is just my take on it. I'd be willing to forego anything on the first one if it's just the local kids that they're paying to play, or is that the $2 fee?
I was gonna say,
And the other one's $10 fee.
the first one is not local kids paying to play, but I would also,
I thought you just said there was a Freetown Lakeville.
those are the people running the clinic.
Oh, okay.
But they're not just Freetown Lake Girls soccer kids.
Should we get more information?
Yeah, we need to know if they're in town or out of town, or league players or non-league players,
Right.
Should we,
because that's gonna determine the cost.
should we invite Andrew to the next meeting?
We could do that.
Why don't we do that, Peter? Invite Andrew and then we can ask him about if it's out of state or where are they from and then.
Out of town.
Out of town, I'm sorry. Wherever they're from, how much they're charging, because as Melissa says, we're not going to lose money on this just for,
And they've been doing it for 10 years, so it's like.
yeah. All right, so we're going to table that and we'll bring it up at the next meeting and we'll invite.
Are we gonna ask them for more information, or are we just gonna invite them to come?
No, we'll tell him what we're looking for and he can come to the meeting.
Okay,
Okay, discussion of Ted Williams Camp bathroom situation. So, as everybody knows, we had a situation a couple weeks ago where all of the toilets were clogged with rolls and rolls of toilet paper, dirt, which caused, overflow. And it just wasn't one bathroom, it was both bathrooms. They were both cleaned the day before. So this isn't, pointing fingers here, but what we're finding out when they cleaned it out, there's the usual stuff in there, but, you know, the shirts, and there was a lot of sand, and
Shirts, did you say?
there was a
Clothing.
shirt involved, yeah. People,
Shirt,
so,
underwear, shorts.
so,
So you had said that it wasn't vandalism. Are you rethinking that now?
Well,
yeah, because Bob pointed out something to me yesterday. He called me, we found some stuff in there, so. Yes, to me, it was done on purpose. But I'm not gonna speculate any groups or anything what's going on, but we seem to have this problem when it's quite busy down at the park, okay?
And the kids are running free.
And the kids are running free, so I'm not saying what kids they are. And Paula brought up a point that we really, well, I had talked to soccer and said, we need to sit down with all the groups after this season and say two things. One is that all the parents need to know that their kids have to be watched. Okay, and we can't have these kids running around because they were in the dirt pile there, they were throwing things, they were going in and out of the bathroom. So I think we need to put a sign up saying children under the age of 10 need to be attended in these bathrooms. Whether it works, I don't know. But it's a problem down there. I
We
mean,
can't afford.
we have the power washer in there now. I'm getting some soap from there. I'm gonna work with Bob. We're gonna cleanse the heck out of it. But, you know, some of the toilet things are broken because to me, it's not vandalism in the point that someone's coming in just to vandalize the bathroom. I think it's just unsupervised people that are being in there. Because it doesn't happen during the week. It never happens during the week. It only happens on the weekends.
So, are the toilet paper containers broken? Because those are new.
I said the big rolls,
Right,
right?
we just-
We put those in.
That's what I was saying.
But
So they didn't take the rolls and put them in the,
They
they unrolled it. and put it
unrolled
in.
every single one and just stuffed it.
it was done on purpose. That was done on purpose.
So that's my point.
Which is the definition of vandalism. They
Yes.
purposely broke something.
Yes,
It
they
cost
did.
us $2,000 more than that because we had to rent porta potties all in all.
Right.
And-
I mean, the money it's costing us is ridiculous.
And we had it pumped
In the fall.
Yeah.
in the fall. I mean, we did find something that there was another cover to that.
Right, but it still
That
shouldn't be
hasn't-
full from.
No, it shouldn't be
fall.
full, but the filter had to be replaced.
No, I
But,
understand.
but, you know, there's 2 tanks down there, it should be fine. So we have to come up, maybe not today. But the bathrooms are gonna be cleaned by next week.
know-
We have the porta potties for another 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
I don't know, does this board
4 weeks.
discuss a potential
Can't lock them on
penalty?
the weekend.
No, I'm not saying that if this happens again,
How do
we're gonna assess the,
How
right
do you
to,
prove who did it?
We don't.
They're all gonna get
baseball,
assessed.
it could be kids at the playground, it could be T-ball, it could be.
I looked into the locks that you can do, but you need Wi-Fi. Like you have to have,
Right.
yeah, so that you can, they automatic locks that will lock at 10 o'clock at night, and then
Oh, yeah.
you open them. You can do it remotely from your phone in the morning, but you have to have Wi-Fi.
Because normally,
Well, it's the
Ryan could
weekends.
open it up in the morning and
Right.
John closes at night, but on the weekends,
the weekends are the problem.
and that's where the problem is, on the weekends.
Right, and if Ryan's not here, then it's not getting opened in the morning, so who's opening it?
I
Or
don't think it's getting locked at night.
what we can do is just keep them open during the week and have these groups rent the porta potties and we keep them closed on the weekend where the
Like,
damage is.
Kind of the point of having the bathrooms, so that you didn't
It
have
is,
to do
but
that.
we can't afford
You
to
can't.
We can't keep
Throw
affording to do this.
$2,000-3,000 a year,
No.
because they get destroyed.
Nope.
I mean, baseball has theirs down there now, which actually got emptied. But we're just gonna have to tell groups down there during the week, practice, there's really no kids down there to use it, but on the weekends, until this, I mean, it's almost impossible for soccer coaches and soccer leagues to control parents and their kids. It's impossible.
Nobody can
It
control
is.
No,
parents
no
and
one
their
can do
kids.
that. So I think until something's figured out is that we just shut it on the weekends and have the leagues get the porta potties. I don't see what else, because we can't control it. And I'll tell you again, it'll happen again. We had to get rid of that dirt pile.
Yeah, we had to move the dirt
I had to
pile.
move the dirt pile, because they were just bringing in dirt. A lot of feminine products, I don't know how we're gonna deal with that, but
Well, there must be trash cans in the stalls to put them
Yeah.
in, but
There are, but,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
so.
you're not gonna stop.
We don't have to vote
No.
on anything, because right now, we got the porta potties, but I think we need to come up with something maybe by the next meeting. Any thoughts?
We've been down this road so many times now.
So many
Over the last
times.
15 years, I've been dealing with this.
Maybe,
Seems like every other year we have a
right,
$2,000 or $3,000 problem.
so you send a letter to all the leagues informing them of what happened and ask them to reach out to their people. Because somebody did it, and if you're saying it came from a league on a Saturday morning,
Well,
They need to-
I called them the next day and told them that they need to send something to the parents. But I don't, because a lot of these parents could be from somewhere else, you know, you've got
Oh,
aunts and uncles and kids
right, if there's a
coming to watch
game,
them.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Right,
don't
but
think it's controllable.
It's more the other siblings are left unattended.
right,
And it's not just soccer,
no?
No.
it's anyone who
Yep.
brings
And
things.
this problem was only,
This is the most costly problem, but we
Right,
have
right.
those problems everywhere, they're on the
Right,
playground,
right.
they're
And
Yeah.
everywhere.
and we had them more when football was here, only and I'm not saying football, but just there were more people
Numbers.
here. And when they had a game, you had 4 teams worth of people from another town, you know, and they don't always respect your stuff.
Well, I think for now, I'll clean them, we'll lock them up, and we'll keep the porta potties, we have them for another 3 weeks or whatever, and then we'll have to
Yeah,
come up
I-
with a
I don't
solution
wanna-
until then.
I don't think we should rent them.
No, we won't re-rent them, but,
Because-
the problem is not during the week, so.
I know, but it should go down because they're not
There's
playing.
nobody
They're not
playing.
playing.
There's nobody
Right.
playing until
Baseball's not
the first
playing.
week of September.
But we have the tournaments in July.
Right,
Not
so
cool.
we need to make sure they're open for the tournaments. That's adults, I would hope that they would respect the
On
problem.
weekends.
But somebody brings their kid and they're playing volleyball and the kid's running around.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that-
where the
yeah.
problem lies.
Well, can't we ask these tournaments to get a porta potty for the days they do it? Let them pay for
I
it.
mean, down to softball, we always ask for an extra porta potty down there
With the numbers. were
because of the
high.
numbers, right, because of the numbers.
Well, let's think about it, and the next meeting we'll come up with something, but I think you're right, during the summer, it's not gonna be a problem. Come the end of August,
Right.
it's gonna be,
That last weekend of August.
it's gonna be
start up.
unbelievable.
Well, it's still a shame, because people come
It is.
and they walk and they're always asking, is there a bathroom here? And yeah, it's over
Right.
there, but
And that's why
And
it was
I-
nice that we had the one in the
Yeah.
Pines, we had those 2 little bathrooms in the Pines and we can't even use those.
no. But it's an overwhelming frustration because these parents aren't watching their kids. Even on the playgrounds, I've had somebody tell me that they watched the kids break the rocks on the playgrounds, like the ones that we got, Gamache Playground with our Park Commission 2024.
Yeah.
Broken, and the kids were just standing there, throwing the rocks down, and the parents were just talking on the other side of the playground, just like,
Mm-hmm.
well, their kids were doing that, and that person yelled at the kids, and the kids ran away. But I mean, the Lakeville Day rocks that the kids
Yeah.
painted, I painted the kindness rocks. I put them in the garden. I took the biggest ones from the pathway and painted them and put them there, and put the 30 to 40 rocks the kids did at Lakeville
Gone.
Day. Gone. There were like 10 left last time I was there.
And that's why the kids thought it was a great idea to put them on the playground.
Right. And even the kids' names were on these rocks and still gone.
And that's why I
So-
wasn't trying to be a pain, but that's why I asked her if she's got some type of plexiglass over that.
Yeah.
That you can replace, because we ran through it with the
Yeah.
park horse.
Like, but
Everything.
what's the good news out of all this bathroom stuff?
Clean bathrooms?
We're not gonna have to deal with it in the fall, because they'll be down there. They'll have porta potties.
They'll have their own porta potties.
Right, but baseball will be here.
No,
And
but
they're still
not
gonna
as-
be here, cause the older kids can't play over there.
yeah, but I'm just saying they're gonna be less people, that's my point.
That
But
was-
let's figure it
That
out.
was another question I had on their tournaments. They didn't say what fields they were asking for.
They just
on
said
their
soccer
clinics.
fields. They're not getting these, so. We're not gonna open those until the official season opens. So we'll table this,
Which
till we
one-
come up with more ideas,
Which one are we talking about?
bathroom
Bathrooms.
ideas.
Yeah, we gotta come up,
We gotta come up with
and the
something.
problem is we've been down this road before,
Yeah. Does-
multiple
year.
times,
Only
multiple
so many
years, and it seems
solutions.
like every other year we have to, and we end up spending $2,000 to fix the bathrooms. And we don't even get that much from a group.
Nope.
Okay, next on the agenda, 13, update park liaison assignments. So, Paula she had soccer, women's blooper ball,
I'll take women's volleyball. I'm already
horseshoes.
doing it.
Well, we have to think of Brittany, so what I'm gonna do.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you gotta give Brittany some stuff.
Well, this is what we're gonna
That's a good
do.
one to give Brittany.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, unless someone else take it, I was gonna take Freetown Lakeville Soccer, cause I'm gonna have to be dealing with them for the new fields.
Sure.
So I'm gonna be in touch with them a lot. So I can do that, but we can give her,
You wanna give her horseshoes and blooper ball? That would be a good, those would be two good ones to give her.
Well, she can have all three. Horseshoes, women's soccer, and women's blue ball. They're not hard.
yeah,
Didn't you just say you were gonna take the soccer?
no,
Lakeville
Freetown
soccer.
Lakeville.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
I didn't read
Yeah.
that. Yeah, no, right, those are three very good groups for her to cut her teeth on, I think.
That'll be wonderful.
What do you think, Melissa?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah,
They're pretty easy.
yeah, that's what I mean, it's a good way to start. We don't want her,
When they're leaving.
we don't want her walking away.
Okay, any liaison reports, number 14? I mean, we pretty much talk about, is there anything going on your, neck of the woods, Scott, with your groups? Baseball?
Did you mention anything to Ryan about that home plate?
No, I
All
didn't.
right,
So You'll talk to him.
I'll have to talk to him, see if we can get them, or I'll just bring a shovel and fix it. It wouldn't be the first time.
Was there any other word on that group playing? Those,
I
haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything, and
Okay.
the person who told me really didn't want to tell me, didn't want to be the person.
Okay, and
What it
as
was a
far as I'm going, volleyball, we know what's going on. They brought
group
this-
that used to be affiliated with Freetown Lakeville Baseball,
Mhm.
but they're older kids, so they're not part of Freetown Lakeville Baseball, and supposedly they were down here practicing multiple times. So, and then they told this person who asked them that they went to town meeting and got permission.
Mm,
So we knew, this person knew right there. that they
Yeah.
were-
yeah. But do
That's why
they
I
play? Is it just a group of kids that do pickup? Do they play games?
They're an organized team.
Mhm.
They're like a, like a samurai team.
Like a travel team.
They're a travel team. They're a travel team.
Okay.
And they're all paying good money to play.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So for me, that's the key. Like,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, 15, update on project. Skate park is on hold.
Why?
It's on hold because there's probably more of a chance I'm gonna get more here than it goes through. We were just told this morning that, it's not gonna pass the criteria for the, county because it's, certain things like this are done by a criteria as far as, the amount of people who live in that area, revenue replacement,
Which there's no revenue. requirement.
there's no revenue replacement. So she's been going back and forth with them. She just threw up a Hail Mary saying, well, what if this, what if this? But she met with this morning and just shook her head, so.
And they only have, what'd you say, $20,000?
$20,000.
In the revenue replacement, so
To
that
do
wouldn't
revenue
even-
replacement,
that wouldn't
so,
even paint the.
so that is, I'm not saying it's done, but it's as close as done, so we're going to still continue with their design in case, because as they said, there's a shot that if we still want it and there's free cash and we can do stuff next year, we would have it ready to go. But as it stands now, it's not 100% done, but it's on hold. It's a shame, but that's where it is. I'll keep you updated. Clear Pond Park engineering plan.
We touched on that earlier.
Yes. Just so everyone knows is that, I had mentioned about the select board approving a $450,000 water plan for Clear Pond, which is going to happen. There are other ideas that we could have done. We did bring up Ted Williams, but we got Taunton water on most of it, and the irrigation comes from the well and the pond. They thought it was a great idea to do in the North Fields because we don't have any water in there, potable water, in case we wanted to put bathrooms then, and we could maybe hook up to the fire station down there, but there's not enough time because whatever's got to get done has got to be completed by the end of the year for these projects. So all that is left is to not throw away $450,000 and give it back to the government. So this is going to be a go because the engineer plans are done. They're ready to go. Now it just needs to go out to bid and then it's going to get done.
What engineering plans are all ready to go?
For Clear Pond.
The Clear Pond, bringing water to Clear Pond?
Bringing water to Clear Pond engineering plan has already been done.
And where's it coming from?
That's coming up
Rhode
from
Island Road, 79?
Rhode Island Road, 79, on this side of the road.
So it's coming under the water?
No,
No, it would come around,
It would go around?
like down Cliff Pond Road.
yeah. Now, no one will be able to, that'll only be for Clear Pond. Nobody else will be able to tap into it. But,
Because they're talking about a small line to keep the costs down.
yeah, it was a 2-inch and then there was a 4-inch or
Right.
something.
Nate said they'd probably want the 4-inch, but that the 2-inch would handle it.
Right.
And it would also be a lot less money and make it more feasible to get it done.
The smaller.
Yeah.
So the only money we have to spend is on infrastructure like water, a well,
Right.
nothing that we can kick anywhere else, like,
Not a well. They won't, ARPA, are we talking?
no, this is, it's what's remaining from, because, do you remember, we were talking about behind the office about the well, and she said that she thought she could get a well
Septic.
through? Septic, I'm sorry, septic. It would be good for septic, but there's not enough time to do that. But the biggest concern is, they're gonna get this $150,000 back from the skate park. So, select board is really itching to not return it. So there is a thought about putting in broadband at Clear Pond because that is available and that can be used. But, people are thinking, well, we don't need it down there, but who knows what's going to happen in the future down there? Clear Pond could turn into Canopy Lake or whatever, I don't know. If we do RV vehicles or whatever, but that's an option that has to be looked at. But their biggest concern is that they don't want to give the money back. So it's got to be spent somewhere. So those are just some options. So it's hard.
And they did say lighting didn't count as infrastructure.
Nothing counts like that.
Oh.
Nothing. I mean, Christina's worked so hard and, she's worked really hard. And I think we're at that point now. Everything's got to be approved now. So that's why they're starting with the Clear Pond. What
So you
else?
said it wasn't ARPA money. Where was it coming from?
From
What?
the feds to the state or to the state? to the
Yeah,
fed? I can't remember which way they're talking.
there's fed money and then there's county money. The fed money, to be what I understood, is what took care of the roads, those kind of projects. And then there's money that the county gets from them, and then there's money the county gives to the town that are different projects. The ones from the Fed, I think, for the revenue replacement. The playground, that kind of got slipped through because there was recreational on it. But all the money we have left to spend has to go to infrastructure. So that leaves us out on everything. So I'm all for the Clear Pond water. Why not?
It's either that or give it back.
It's either that or give it back.
And that appears to be the only one that they feel is gonna
Go through.
pass muster.
Yep. Hey,
So it's not a done deal,
No, it's not a done deal, but
what's not in them deal?
the water.
it's not a done deal, but it's probably the only project that's gonna make it.
Well, yeah, well, it was approved by the select board. And it's ready to go because the engineers are ready to go to do an RFP and have it sent out. The RFP went out for the security cameras. Gamache Playground, I'm sorry.
Tim called me.
Oh,
No, don't get excited.
Okay.
I was in the middle of a restaurant having lunch with the family, so I couldn't answer, and his voicemail said, call me back. I called him back, and called him back, and called him back, and called him back.
that was your one shot, Melissa.
That was my one shot. I thought he would be more receptive since I'm returning your call, but no. So,
I would discount it and just do something.
so on the
that
next, if we can put on our next agenda to look at signs, we've got $5,000 left.
I'm sure we can get something for $5,000.
Yeah, that means
It may
no
not be the-
accessible table, no swings, but that's all right. The sign is the more important. The other things can come
Right, we can do some
as
piecemeal.
yeah.
Can you tell me what kind of a sign that you envision? What's it made out of?
That I envisioned? I have no idea because I wasn't envisioning.
I don't think she was
like,
thinking about that.
no, that was supposed to already have been done. It's at Crunchfield
Oh, I
Stone,
see.
right?
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to
it's-
be done.
We were thinking it was a stone
see.
sign. Speaking of stone signs, did anybody see the Eagle project working out there?
He sent us notes.
What's he doing?
He planted a garden around the flagpole.
Wasn't there a garden there already?
Yes.
Okay.
The other person is still waiting from the scouts, right?
Yeah, sometimes it takes time. That's why you have to start them early,
Yeah.
because they have to be completed before they turn 18.
Right, so the second kid had like a year and a half.
Yeah, whatever, but he
Yeah, a
sent
lot
us
of
a
time.
note saying, I'm sorry. I said, don't worry about it. It's fine. Then,
So what else is in that project besides planting flowers around the flagpole?
The stone,
the stone, which was gonna be donated.
big. And
The stone.
that says Ted Williams with a plaque that
Oh,
says
that's
Yeah.
right.
gives Ted Williams history, and a bench. The bench wasn't out there. They were out there just doing the flowers and the mulch when I came here.
When was the last time he sent us something? Do you remember? The guy, the one with his mom?
It was last week sometime, I think.
Yeah. We'll look at his thing, but he's been in touch. Outstanding maintenance issues at parks so, had a long chat with Bob, and this gazebo roof is just beyond his scope. So he thinks that we should get branches cut down because it's causing the moss. So I'll go look at that this
Which
weekend.
gazebo roof?
Loon Pond.
Loon Pond gazebo.
They asked us, Pawnee called and asked us if we could have that done in March before the wedding season came because they're losing. We've actually had brides come and look and say, can you fix that? And it's turned them off, the mold on the gazebo roof. So he had said, yes, I'll borrow a power washer. We'll get it done. I'm like, let me know when, we'll do it. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So then Mike took over and I'm like, gazebo roof, put that on the priority list. And
Well, I have the
And it
power
just-
washer now.
I have one too.
No, I'm saying, we have one, maintenance building.
I know you
I got everything in there.
I know we do.
So after the bathrooms, I'm gonna go over there, bring a ladder and see if there's anything I can do. That's
So I
all.
went and bought pots for it last year.
yeah, and it worked good. Heather and, oh shoot, Elvis did the whole building in the spring with our power washer, and it looks great. So it works good, and they did a great job, so.
It doesn't have any nozzles though.
I went and bought the nozzles last year.
Well, they were gone.
Yeah, that's right where they are, because I went to the store and bought 3 nozzles.
I have some too, but, it's fun. It
Was
makes
that
me-
it for the maintenance? Or is it, there's gotta be other stuff?
There is, but do you have maintenance issues going on? The lights are done.
On the volleyball court.
Lights are done in the volleyball court. They look good. Snack bar, what happened? It got
I don't
busted
know,
into?
Mike Casani sent me a message saying that the door was open to the snack bar. I thought
They
we
must have been surprised. It's all full
Yeah.
of chairs. That's all that's in there.
Right, right.
Gonna look at the electric to the poles, cause that was an issue.
But that
on-
means somebody busted up the lock.
Lock again.
Oh. Going
Maybe
back
Ryan or
to,
Josh just forgot to shut it.
What would they
Maybe.
be going in there for?
I don't know.
But it's
Maybe they
possible.
need a chair.
It's possible. I hope that's the situation and it didn't get all busted up.
Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
no, kinda had this discussion about our office. The office needs a lot of work. Remember we were talking about with the water hooking up a bathroom too? For this morning, we were talking about water for the office.
Right, fixing the septic system.
Yeah, but my point is, I did kindly bring up, and I was gonna talk to you guys about it, and Nate mentioned something, is it too late to ask for that money from the fire station project to help us with? Because can't really do anything, it's not handicap accessible, we have a leaky roof. We don't know what the insulation looks like.
Probably isn't any.
I was gonna say, I don't
Right.
think there is
It was
any.
just,
I mean,
it
yeah.
was made for.
It can't be
summertime.
used, so mentioned either make us an office over there or do something here. So I think we need to come up for a proposal for that,
Because we got displaced.
because we got displaced. I think it's a nice concession. And being that the money hasn't been approved yet, or put it this way, the design hasn't been approved yet, there's still time. Any
Doesn't
thoughts?
hurt to ask.
Doesn't hurt, right? Okay. Peter, we'll write up something. You're way smarter than I am. Okay. No new business? No old business. We don't have that. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn the meeting at,
When's our next meeting before we do that?
oh, apologize. It's,
Is it the 18th?
Still the 18th, yep.
I will be here.
You will be. You won't be? Thought that was the day you would be.
The week of the 14th through the 20th, I will be in Vermont.
So if we are a commission of 5, we need 3 people for a quorum. Paul is gone. Are we
So we're
still
now-
a commission of 5 or are we a
No.
commission of 4?
We're Commissioner
4.
So we still need 3.
You always need 3, so didn't we need 3 before?
If you're at 3.
To have a meeting,
To have a meeting, but only 2 to have majority.
yes. So it goes down for
You could-
voting.
Right, for voting, you could have 2.
Right, so, but for a quorum, right, you always need 3. So what if there's 3 people on the committee? You still need 3 or you can do 2? Because didn't the select board run with 2?
Yeah.
We can run a meeting, but we can't vote on anything.
I think you can if
And if
there's
they both
2.
agree.
if they both
If
agree.
they both agree.
That's the whole thing. If they have to both agree. If they don't agree, then
Yeah, because we will have an issue this summer. Because I'm sure Scott's going away.
Yep, and then
Brittany's got some stuff. I'm sure Melissa, you
then
do
the
your
first-
stuff.
the
I'm
first
gonna be away.
weekend in August.
So wait a minute, Scott, you leaving July when?
Well, do you really want to announce that on the camera to everybody?
I apologize.
I will not be here for the meeting on the 18th.
Can you be here for the 11th? Cause I won't be here on the 18th either.
Yep,
Any thoughts, Melissa? Are you good for the full?
Yeah,
that's
fine.
2 weeks.
All right, so that's perfect for us. We get more stuff done beforehand and have things. So Peter, we're good with July.
Okay, so we're moving the meeting on the 18th to the 11th.
11th.
Right.
2 weeks.
And then the 25th? Or are we just skipping that one?
Anything going on? I think we should just skip it, go 2 weeks again.
Because I won't be here the next week. August 1st.
Beginning of August, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
You good, Peter?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, I make a motion to adjourn at 8:26.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Discussion, aye.
Thank you, folks.